spirit lights. Spirit light is a term that has stuck with me since this physical phenomena first occurred. It feels right to use the term, for in actual fact the pulsing lights I see clairvoyantly, eyes wide, permeating physical reality, are lights. But they are more than this. They are energy personality essences, conscious and more alive than we in the real sense. I've asked Benjamin to expand on this a little. In the states of being beyond physical limitation, there are far greater senses other than the 5 you recognize as sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell. But to put these senses, these states of being, into words that you can understand is impossible. For these states of being are beyond the cumbersome limitations of the written or even the spoken word. Symbolism is also inadequate to convey the inner realities. Only through experience can you come to comprehend on an inner knowing level what exists beyond the 5 senses. How can you experience these states of higher being while still restricted to the physical body? During meditation, sleep state, dreams, path working, shamanic journeying, to name but a few, you enter into the astral equivalent of such expansive states. But these experiences are just the edge of unlimited states of being and expression. For example, in your inner dimensions of meditation and or sleep state, you may experience the freedom of flying, your adventures with instant action scenes or people, where they appear as if by magic before your very eyes, and then maybe you are instantly within another scene, or with another person. All of this is a form of teaching. This teaching by experience within these dimensions is to help you understand some of what is ahead when you eventually depart the physical plane. For in reality, these nighttime experiences and or meditations are hands-on experience into instant living, being, creating. When people leave the physical plane, many have a great shock because their undisciplined thought forms manifest at the speed of thought. So, for example, if they create the vision of a tiger approaching them through a dense jungle, their vision, their very creation, manifests. In the physical world, you create your own reality in the same way on an inner level, except there is a slower pull towards you because of the physical vibration's slowness to manifest. But nevertheless, whatever you create within yourself via thoughts, words, or deeds eventually comes back through the action and reaction of the law of cause and effect. Although I seem to have strayed a little from the explanation of spirit lights, it is important to understand that all life or creation or being is My innermost thought is that of light, for that is what I have chosen to become in the purest sense of the word. I am not alone in this wondrous creation, expression, or being. Those of us from the planes of mind have shed our shackles of superstition, prejudice, ignorance, and have accepted wholly and unconditionally the truth of freedom, love, and light. We no longer cling to the physical or astral forms we once were. We have in our incarnations experienced both the female and the male polarity upon earth, and have understood deeply that we are in reality both sides of the same coin. This is why we come as lights, for we come as a higher truth. Psychic aromas. It was again during the 9th month after the awakening, when so many phenomena began, that aromas wafted around me whenever my guides wanted to attract my attention further. I and those with me from the physical side of life smelled scents and perfumes from jasmine to lavender, and from pipe smoke through to the smoke of another pipe, the Native American pipe of peace. These and many more psychic aromas continue to this day. They are created by living thoughts from those multi-dimensions, and for those who experience them, along with other phenomena, they're a significant proof of survival beyond the physical plane of life. Nature spirits. Ever since childhood, I have been aware of the billions of nature spirits working largely unseen, hand in hand with nature. Idle days spent lying on the school field, a great social center for the children in my neighborhood, gazing up at the clear evening skies of summer, meant that the golden ones were a natural and fascinating part of growing up for me. In a daydreaming state, peering at fluffy white clouds, I watched the nature spirits descend upon earth. Now, as then, their appearance can be likened to tiny squiggles of golden light, seemingly engaged in an infinite dance of activity amongst trees and flowers and all plant life. In actual fact, their part in the evolutionary chain is to give spiritual sustenance to the plant kingdom, thereby acting as an advanced maintenance system. This life essence, the spiritual energy, feeds the plant's spiritual counterpart, which in turn creates the perfection and beauty of physical nature. As with all of creation, mankind's most certainly included, it is to a harmonious spiritual organism one must first attend, and then from this balance and harmony of the finer body, the energy body, or the subtle self, the physical counterpart is made whole, because it is in tune with all of itself.